somebody coming on right away, you already? It's in the zone. It's in the zone.
Hey, what do you say? What do you know? It's the Already Clear Show here on Wi-Fi 1460. That's right, it's me, Already Clear. We're going to talk some baseball tonight. We got the hot standings going on here. The Phillies with a big-time win last night, 16-1. So many hits in that game, I can't believe it. Ryan Howard hit a grand slam, his 13th time, the Philadelphia Phillies record. The two most famous grand slams guys of all time, Luke Gehrig with 23, and Alex Rodriguez, also with the Yankees, who has 23 also, just for a bit of history here for you. But I'm looking at the race right now, especially in the American League, and the Yankees have won 5 in a row, and the Orioles have won 4 in a row, and Dan Duquette will be as well Tuesday. Forget about the Tampa Bay, they're done. Now you look at the other side of the Central, Chicago White Sox and the Detroit Tigers. There's 2 games separating those two, Chicago being on top, and Detroit 6 games out of the wild card. So if they don't win the division, they're not going to get in. You go to Texas, who won a couple in a row, starting to play better. Oakland won last night, they're playing better. They're 4 games out. They're right now in the wild card. There's 10 to play there. The magic number is 10 for them. So the Oakland A's have a chance to get into the playoffs along with the Baltimore Orioles, as we said before. Baltimore and Oakland, the 2 biggest surprises in all baseball, along with the Washington Nationals. I'll tell you what, baseball season has been pretty good to the Nationals, to the Orioles, and to the Oakland A's. And here's the Angels, who are 4.5 games out of the wild card, 8.5 out of first place. They're good as done. They lost the last couple in a row. So in my opinion, it's going to be the Yankees, the Orioles, probably the Chi Sox, Texas, Oakland. Wow. You ever told me that was going to happen before? And tell me Boston and the Angels and Detroit would be out of it, and Tampa Bay wouldn't have a chance. I wouldn't have believed you. Look at this, how strong the Yankees are. And they start getting pressed. They win 8 out of the last 10. They win 5 in a row. The Orioles, here they are, hanging them right with them. I mean, right with them, winning 4 in a row. 85-64, the exact same record the Oakland A's have, 85-64. I'll tell you what, Dan Duquette's done a wonderful job in Baltimore, and Bob Melvin's done a great job in Oakland. Go to the National League, the real league, because pitchers hit there, and the Washington Nationals have clinched. They've clinched the playoff spot. They're almost about to clinch the division because they got a 5.5 game lead over the Atlanta Braves, who are 6 games up in the wild card. So it looks like Atlanta and Washington's going to get in. And if I told you Atlanta and Washington's going to get in before baseball started, you would have never believed me. The Philadelphia Phillies, who won last night, who swept the Mets 3 in a row, but also lost 3 out of 4 to Houston, they're still in it. They're 4 games back. They're 76-74, as I've said. Ryan Howard, back-to-back days, hits a 2-run homer for a win for 3-2 in game 2, and then in game 3 they just start smashing the ball all over the place. Winds up hitting a grand slam off this guy Edger, who came in the 2-run homer just the other night. It's unbelievable, but Howard hit a grand slam, and he had a couple RBIs and 5 RBIs or something like that. Everybody was hitting. Pierre had 5 hits. Chase Utley had 4 hits. 21 hits total. Philadelphia Phillies feasting off the New York Mets, who really went into a hole. I cannot believe. Here's a team that I really thought had a baby shot to get to the playoffs. Their record is 66-83. That's the disgrace for a team that started out so good. I'll tell you one thing, though, about the New York Mets. They got a lot of live arms. They might not have much control with those live arms, but they got talent in that farm system. They brought it up. New York Mets could be a good team if they hold on to David Wright and get this young talent and try to get them along. Okay, Cincinnati, they've clinched. They're clinched. They're 11 games ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals have won 4 in a row. They're playing the Cubs right now. They're tied in the 9th inning, 4-4. Cardinals lead the wild card by 2.5, by 3 games, 2.5 games over the Milwaukee Brewers. Whoever thought the Brewers were ever going to get in there? I told you the Brewers were going to get in there when they start trying to trade everybody off. You thought that was nuts. They're 77-72. They get as good a shot as anybody to be playing baseball after the season's over. They've won 5 in a row. St. Louis has won 4 in a row. Cincinnati's won 4 in a row. San Francisco's won 4 in a row. They're 10 games after the Los Angeles Dodgers after they get Gonzalez, Hanley Ramirez, Joe Blanton, and Shane Victorino. They still can't win. It's amazing how Don Matting's going to keep his job. The Phillies, if they were with it right now, they're only a game behind the Dodgers. 1 game behind the Dodgers, who would look like a lock to get in. And then they got Hanley Ramirez, Adrian Gonzalez, Shane Victorino, Joe Blanton. You just add more and more to that team, and they can't win. It's amazing. San Francisco, who's won 4 in a row, 8 out of the last 10, is smoking hot. Lincecum got his stuff back. He's 10-14 right now. Of course, Matt Cain heads that team in their pitching staff. They're good. They don't even have their closer, Brian Wilson, either. They're good. That's a good team out in San Francisco. Bruce Bochy, even though he won't win the Manager of the Year, he should be considered. I know that Davey Johnson and Dusty Baker are the 2 leading candidates, and I say Bochy would be the 3rd. I want to tell you something. It's a nice job that Bruce Bochy's doing down with the San Francisco Giants, who won the World Series a couple of years ago. List for tonight, here we go. Tommy Green from the Philadelphia Phillies, old pitcher from the Phillies. He actually threw a no-hitter for the Phillies at one time. Atlanta Brave also. Chris Clanton talks the SEC football. We get it all here. It's like a smorgasbord of sports, from college football to pro football to baseball to basketball. Even if you want to play ping pong, we do it here on the Art of Clear Show. Okay, we got Kevin Casey talking about the Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton. I think the league got used to Cam Newton in the NFL, and he really got smoked last night by the New York Giants. Mike North out of Chicago, he's a maniac. He'll tell us all about the games you're supposed to bet on and lose, because that's all Mike does is lose. He gave me 3 games last week, they all lost. I did the right thing. Whatever he said, I went the other way. Marco Coleman could be in the house tonight at 7 o'clock. Also, Kwame Lassiter, a former St. Louis Cardinal, Arizona Cardinal, who has his own show out in St. Louis. He'll be with us tonight, too. So we got a jam-packed show here on the Artie Clear Show. I want to say hello to everybody out there. I wish everything can go well for everybody in their life. Root for your teams. Do the Phillies have a chance? Maybe. Does the St. Louis Cardinals have a chance? Pretty much so. Milwaukee, I think that's the team that's going to get in there. And look at the Pittsburgh Pirates team. They're under lead 500. They're 74-75. This team has gone so bad after they lost that 19-inning affair. It's just off the chart what's happening with this team. What a disappointing season this will be for Clint Hurdle and the Pittsburgh Pirates because of where they were and where they are now. It's just night and day. Okay, here we go. Let's rock and roll. Let's get our first guest on the show today. And I guess that's going to be Tommy Green. I have no idea who's really supposed to be. So let's go to Tommy Green, see him, and then we'll go to Chris Clanton.